So this is a more of an ontological perspective on the fourth political theory and its involvement with the embracing of what Dugan describes as various traditions and various cultures as being the way to sustain and keep those civilizations and cultures relevant. It definitely is to a point that as an Orthodox Christian, I don't completely agree with him on that. But for the traditions to stay alive in those cultures, for the traditions to be carried out in those cultures, it is important. But with embracing that, he kind of embraces, well, and ironically, embraces liberalism. So it's giving the good for the bad. Now, the problem with this being is he's, quote unquote traditional Russian Orthodox Christian. And ontologically, that doesn't work across the board for orthodoxy. But that's another rant for another day. So what he tries to do is he tries to break down this fourth political theory and tries to give these blocks of people, or give these cultures of people, their various dependence when it comes to tradition. And this traditionalist perspective is good, but it's also takes away from what the objectives that he should have laid out. He should have, been a little bit, if he was speaking from purely an Orthodox perspective, it would have been different. It would have been definitely a different way to go about it, but he didn't. So ontologically, there are ways that he went about this to honor different cultures, to say these different cultures need their how do I want to put it, their ways, their perspectives on how to solve problems within their cultures. So it's a very libertarian perspective, more so liberal and libertarian perspective than it is an Orthodox Christian perspective. So he gives the benefit of the doubt to people and individuals in their cultures, and gives them a place and point in time where they need to be left alone, and they don't need to have any outside influence by especially liberalism and the liberal left. Well, just liberalism in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be from the left or the right, really. So it doesn't really matter. And what's interesting there is that he ultimately embraces it too. And I don't understand that. And Russia kind of embraces it too. It's a weird dynamic when it comes to that, and how much they allegedly reject the West, but yet at the same time they embrace the West. It's kind of a strange thing, to where, you need that whole, of course, you need every culture to be different and unique in that ontological perspective, but you also don't need the influence from the West, but yet at the same time that it's okay, like that liberalism is okay, because it's, whatever culture cultivates and honors and, displays, that it's okay, on an individual basis. So I don't know where some of that stuff goes. Some of it's just sophistry. And the problem with that being is that it doesn't come from a place of what I feel is genuine. But this is more on his ontology with how it should operate. And that's how he basically feels, how it should operate. And his words definitely reflect that.